Hello and welcome to Day 7 of the Sydney Film Festival. There's a massive day going on down here at the State Theatre with the world premiere of Khoa's Missing Water and the Australian premiere of John Woo's Redcliffe. But first, Rachel Corbett caught up with the co-writer and director of Altiplano, Peter Brosens.
So did you have a lot of experience with the Peruvian people? Because I got the sense that, you know, you had whoever was making the film when I was sitting in the theatre had a very good understanding of the cultures and the way that they live their life.
Well, it's maybe also because of my documentary background and my training in anthropology that research for us is absolutely crucial. Just not only to get the things right, but I mean, for us as filmmakers, we work with reality. I mean, proven reality has given us the raw materials to make this film, and therefore it's important to spend a lot of time there, not just narrowly looking at Andean culture and what's going on, but also abroad.
So what about the actors? Are they actors? Because they all look to me like they were fabulous in the film, but it just seemed like you'd gone into a village and said, could you come and be on our film? Everybody looked like they actually lived there in that environment.
In Altiplano, the Europeans are professional actors. You recognize Olivier Gourmet and maybe also Yasmin Tabatapai. The story of Magali Solier, our lead actress, is very fascinating because till 4 years ago she was still selling vegetables and fruits on a local market in the Andes, and it was a young Peruvian director, Claudio Ayosa, who discovered her and casted her as the lead of her first film, Madinusa. And then we saw that film. Actually, it was the first Peruvian film we saw when we started our research. I dragged Jessica from the airport straight to the cinema and said, "You have to see that film." Yeah. There she is. Yeah. We were so stunned. And so actually from that moment onwards, we wrote the role of Saturina for Magali.
Watching her on screen, she's phenomenal, absolutely amazing. Is it difficult to direct somebody who hasn't had that much experience in film? Because she just seemed, she's a natural. She was amazing.
No, it was not difficult at all. And the reason why is that, I mean, there's a lot of emotion in the film, and I mean, her background, she grew up in the age of terrorism, the Sendero Luminoso Shining Path, years of terror in Peru. Her father was killed in that period as well. So she's a very nice girl, like so many people. The Peruvians are so wonderful, but underneath the surface there's so much emotion and anger and sadness. So it's not something that you have to, drag out of an actor. I mean, it's just there, and it's just amazing how her, the way she deals with emotions and the economy of emotions is absolutely stunning.
What about the landscape? Because it's incredibly vast and I would have imagined fairly unforgiving. Was it difficult to shoot in somewhere like that?
It was very hard because of the altitudes. Most locations were between 4,000 and 5,000 meters high, which is really, really high. So we had to work in a certain rhythm. We couldn't work as fast as you would work in let's say, an urban environment here in Sydney, because you can't, and the smallest ailment is magnified by the altitude. Then you have altitude sickness itself. Dehydration is another big problem. So we had actually 24 hours a day a medical team on board, and indeed every shooting day there were 2, 3, 4 people sick.
What about, I wanted to ask you how it is working with your wife. You've made a few films. Is it a good situation to be able to sort of creatively make films with somebody that you share the rest of your life with? Because some people would think it would be quite tough.
It works really well and also very efficient, because, if you had to sit there in front of your computer writing a script, sometimes, it can take ages before something actually happens and it's written on the screen that's meaningful. So doing it together, you always have a mirror, and your ideas are bounced back, or they immediately you get feedback like it's a stupid idea, it's an immature idea, or it's a good idea. So this synergy really helps in working much faster to make a film, I believe.
You may remember in one of our early episodes we brought you a special on the DTS program. So we thought we'd show you another side of the technical aspect of the Sydney Film Festival when we went and spoke to a projectionist Ben about what it's like to sit up in that booth.
spoken a lot to the people who make the movies, but we've never come up to the projection booth and seen who actually puts them on the screen. Hello, Ben.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Now, for somebody who's never been in a projection booth before in their lives, is it a stressful thing while the film is on, or is it a case of like a rice cooker, you set it and forget it?
So every 20 minutes of film, we change from one projector to another projector on an automatic changeover system.
Yeah.
All right. So every film that comes through the state is checked. Check all the heads and tails of each spool.
Mm-hmm.
They then put a metal foil cue on the tail of each reel.
Yeah.
And that metal cue is set up on an automation system here to fire the other projector. Projector 2 starts up, and then 7 seconds later there's a changeover.
And so that's an automatic process?
That's, yes.
Yeah.
It's automatic as long as the cue's in exactly the right place.
Right. So are you watching the film the whole time it's going on, or not really?
Well, no, you're keeping an eye on the film and making sure. So when the first reel goes up, you'll kind of check your framing, your focus, and then you'll thread up the second reel. And once you're actually on the screen and up and running, we'll then rewind or break down each reel as it comes off. I'm
really amazed that it's all still on film, because I would have thought it'd be digitally projected or something. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, gradually. I mean, this is the setup here for running tape. We're also running HD files off computer discs this year. But yeah, film festivals will probably be the last to go completely digital.
Ben, thank you so much for taking us through the projection booth. I know you're about to put a film on the big screen, so have a wonderful time at the festival.
Thank you. Cool. Cheers.
Oh, sorry. As part of the forums and lectures program here at the State Theatre during the Sydney Film Festival, today they had the Ian McPherson lecture, which this year was on the future of independent cinema, and that was hosted by Peter Carlton. There are lots of these kinds of forums and lectures on during the Sydney Film Festival, so if you're wandering around the State Theatre, look for one of these pamphlets, because there's things on every single day, whether it's on the technical aspects of cinema, whether it's lectures by writers or directors, and they're really fantastic and worthwhile checking out, so keep an eye out for this pamphlet. Well, it's night 7 and I'm standing here on the red carpet for the world premiere of Khoa's Missing Water. Oh, everyone's starting to arrive, so I better get off. It's finally here, the big night. How are you feeling?
I'm really excited. Yeah, it's a big night for us. It's a film that involved a lot of people, and we're all here tonight. World premiere of Missing Water. It's a film that means a lot to a lot of people, and so we're just very excited. We can't wait to share our film with the rest of the world.
We've seen you running back and forth up and down the carpet, bringing people in. Have you got the whole crew here?
I've got a lot of the crew here, and I just want to make sure that, because for myself, I get to be on stage a lot of the time, but for a lot of other people, don't often get that opportunity. So I just want to make sure that all of us, we get the chance to walk the red carpet together.
Oh, that's fantastic. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
This is a film which actually asks the audience to contribute something as they watch it, and I'm pretty sure people will be quite surprised what they see, so I'm very, very excited.
So how does it feel to be asked to be a jury member for the Sydney Film Festival?
I think it's a really good selection of films, so I'm looking forward to seeing many of them already.
Are you going to hang around to see your own film, which is, of course, the closing night feature?
If I'm not too fed up with films, yes, I will. I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays here.
Well, everyone's taking their seats and the doors are about to close, so we'll say goodnight. I hope you enjoyed the episode, but make sure you check out tomorrow's podcast, because later tonight they have the Australian premiere of John Woo's Redcliffe. So you can catch that on tomorrow's episode. Good night.